Abel. And that begins the story of mankind, where God banishes both Adam and the devil, and he no longer protects Adam from the devil. And basically the devil now and Adam, they're mixing together and they're sharing as the command was given in all things. As the verse in the Quran said, now they were banished from the garden and they shared in their money and they shared in their seed. So Cain became a son of the devil through Eve, and Abel was a son of Adam. And Cain slew Abel. And then we have the next scene is a depiction of Cain, after being banished after his sin. He goes forward and he starts building the city of Enoch. Not Enoch the prophet, but Enoch, in earlier Enoch, Enoch the son of Cain. And this city, that's where the Canaanites, the children of Cain, they invented trade and they invented gambling and they invented all kinds of methods of deceit and ways that people would enrich themselves. It's also where people started inventing weapons and other ways, and they would go to war against one another and specifically against the believers. And that led us up to the second covenant, and we have here a beautiful depiction of the second covenant, basically during the flood and Noah's Ark, and the believers being with Noah on the ark, as well as the animals, and yet the non-believers who refused to board the ark of Noah are drowning and falling down to the bottom of the sea. And then you have here Noah and his family being the only ones that survive after that. You have here a few prophets that come in between the second covenant and the third covenant. And we have here a depiction of the prophet Saleh and his camel. We have a depiction of Krishna and Arjuna, who were both two prophets that lived in India, in the Indian Pakistani region today. We have Zoroaster, who is also one of the 124,000 prophets that were sent to mankind. Then we have here a depiction of the third covenant, and there's three images. It's incomplete still. The artists are still working on these images, but we have an image of Abraham as he's smashing the idols. We have the Tower of Babel in the background. We have Abraham as he is being comforted by an angel as he's in the midst of the fire after being thrown in there and after condemnation by Nimrod. And we have a scene of Abraham submitting to God and willing to sacrifice his son, Ismail alayhi salam. We have here a depiction of the fourth covenant, and it is the covenant with Moses. And for that reason, we have Moses speaking to God in the burning bush. And then we have some depictions of some prophets that came in between the fourth covenant and the fifth covenant. And so you have here Joshua, son of Nun, in the scene of Jericho. You have David and Solomon and Nathan at the height of the kingdom of Israel in Jerusalem. And then we have here the baptism of Jesus Christ at the hands of John the Baptist, who was a prophet that came right before the fifth covenant. Then we have here a scene of the Last Supper, and we have some scenes that take place before the sixth covenant. We have the scene of the crucifixion, and we also have a scene of Jesus and Mary Magdalene and his son, which is something which we discuss in the Goal of the Wise. And then we have here a portrait of the sixth covenant, and we have here the Kaaba, and we have the appointment of Imam Ali alayhi salam at Ghadir Khum, and we have the Prophet on the night journey as he stands before the veil, the green emerald veil. And we have at the center now of the first and the sixth covenant, Ahmad al-Hassan alayhi salam, whom the seventh covenant is named after, the Ahmadi covenant. He is the first and the last, the beginning, the Alpha and the Omega, as we would say in this story of the covenants. He's Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam in his return, and he plays a very